don't we all?
Capital sounds go round and round. Capital.
18 minutes to 9. 194 meters medium wave, 95.8 VHF in stereo. It's Capital. After the news, Mummy's Weekly.
Independent Radio News at 9, Steve Wood. Radio News, it's 3 minutes past 9.
Capital Radio.
Thank you. Also, many thanks to Adrian Love and
Look, I'd just like to say a few. Go on, treat yourself to a jolly good.
Good evening. This is Capital on a Friday night, and from now until 11, you're very welcome to Mummy's Weekly.
Mummy's Weekly.
And some really good stuff to take both of us.
Kate Bush and them heavy people. 194 meters medium wave and 95.8 stereo VHF. It's the right place to spend the weekend with Capital Radio.
Independent Radio News at 7, Dickie Arbiter. And Radio News, it's 3 minutes past 7.
Thank you. Well, you're in the right place to spend the weekend on 194 meters medium wave and 95.8 stereo VHF, Capital Radio.
Independent Radio News at 8, Dickie Arbiter. Independent Radio News, it's 3 minutes past 8.
Capital Radio.
Thank you. Weather wires generally dry.
Very interesting.
Alfred Marks? Oh, no. You're listening to Capital Radio on 194 meters on the medium wave band and in stereo on 95.8 VHF.
Independent Radio News at 4, Dickie Arbiter. It's not known whether his Independent Radio News, it's 3 minutes past 4.
Thank you.
Mike Allen brings you just a little bit more. Mike Allen on Capital 194.
Hello, it's Mike Allen for Duncan Johnson and the...
Very interesting.
Alfred Marks? Oh, no.
194 medium wave, 95.8 stereo VHF. This is Capital Radio, a solid gold Sunday with Tony Myatt after the news.
Independent Radio News at 9, Dickie Arbiter. Independent Radio News, it's 3 minutes past 9.
Thanks, Dickie. And the weather, sunny.
We're gonna make every minute of your day with all the hits and more.
Many thanks to Kerry for the breakfast show. VHF.
Independent Radio News at 10, Dickie Arbiter. 10.
Thanks, Dickie. The weather, sun high this afternoon of 19 degrees centigrade. Here's Van Morrison. Rock on 194 meters medium wave and 95.8 stereo VHF.
Independent Radio News at 11, Dickie Arbiter. Independent Radio News, it's 3 minutes past 11.
Thank you, Dickie. And the weather, sunny.
This is Capital Radio on 194 meters medium wave and 95.8 VHF in stereo.
Independent Radio News at 2, Dickie Arbiter. Independent Radio News, it's 3 minutes past 2.
And Sunday's weather.
On 194 meters medium wave and 95.8 stereo VHF.
Independent Radio News at 7, Douglas Cameron.
Start today, Capital Radio on 194.
And we don't expect any snow in...
5.8.
Independent Radio News at 5, Alan Clark. Independent Radio News, it's 3 minutes past 5.
Capital Radio.
Weather drizzle.
Time after the news from IRN. Stay with us on Capital Radio. 194 meters medium wave, 95.8 VHF in stereo. I think you'll enjoy it.
Independent Radio News at 8, Dickie Arbiter. The news, it's 3 minutes past 8.
Thank you, sir. And the weather for the capital area? VHF. Bouncy, bouncy. The outlook for Thursday is unsettled. Sun rising at 7:15.
minutes past 7.
The only way to spend your day, Capital Radio.
Thank you, Douglas.